My name is Aria Rose. I am 23 years old. I live in New York. I love traveling, I love books, and I love romantic stories. This is the story of how I lost my passport and how that one small mistake gave me something much more valuable. It started on a normal morning. The time was 7:15 a.m. I was at JFK Airport in New York. I was going to the Maldives, a beautiful island in the ocean, clear blue water, white sand. I was so happy. I had 1 hour before my flight, so I walked around the airport. Then I saw it, a small bookshop. I smiled and walked inside. I looked at the shelves slowly. Then I saw one book, a romantic story, a beautiful cover. But it was on the top shelf, too high for me. I stood on my toes. I stretched my arm, still too high. I looked around. There was a tall man nearby, also looking at books. "Excuse me," I said. "Can you please get that book for me? It is a little too high for me." He reached up easily and handed it to me. "Thank you so much," I said. "Do you like romantic stories?" he asked. "Yes, I love them," I said. Just then, the speaker made an announcement. "Attention passengers, flight MV501 to Maldives will depart in 30 minutes. Please proceed to the gate." "Okay, bye." I took the book and walked away quickly. I was almost at the gate when my phone rang. It was my mom. "Arya, did you reach the airport?" she asked. "Yes, Mama, my flight is in 30 minutes. Don't worry," I said. "Okay, good. But listen, keep your passport safe. Don't put it here and there. Keep it close to you." "Mama, please don't worry. I am not a little kid. You know how old I am, right?" She laughed softly. "I know, baby. Go safe. I love you." "I love you too, Mama." Then I heard a voice behind me. "Still 23? 2 more months and you'll be 24, right, Miss Arya?" I stopped walking. I turned around slowly. It was him, the tall man from the bookshop. I walked up to him fast. "How do you know my name?" He smiled. He put his hand in his pocket and took something out. "My passport. You left it in the bookshop on the shelf," he said. "Please be careful. If this was gone, you would have had a very big problem today." Okay, enough. Thank you for giving it back, but I am not careless." Just then, "Attention passengers, your flight will depart in 10 minutes. "I have to go," I said, and walked away fast. "Miss Arya?" I stopped. I turned around. He was smiling. "Your passport," he said, "is still with me." I looked at my empty hand. I had walked away without taking it again. I walked back quickly, took the passport from his hand, and said, "Reading someone's passport without permission, that is wrong. Thank you." And I walked away fast. That was the first time I saw him. It was not a sweet moment. It started with a small argument. I found my seat on the plane, sat down, and opened my new book. Then someone sat next to me. "Hi," said a voice. "Hi," I said, and looked up. I froze. It was him. Again. What are you doing here?" He just smiled. "Please don't tell me you're going to the Maldives." "Yes," he said simply. "Oh, no. I took a breath. "What is your name?" He said, "Elian." "Okay, Elian, this is a long flight. No more talking about my passport. No more saying I am careless. Deal?" "Deal," he said. A pause. Then he added, "But can I ask you something?" I sighed. "What?" "What's the book about?" I looked down at the cover. "A girl who keeps making small mistakes," I said, "and somehow they all lead her somewhere beautiful." He nodded slowly. "That sounds like a good story." I looked back at the page. "We'll see," I said. But I was not really reading anymore.
The Maldives was so beautiful. The water was the clearest blue I had ever seen. The air was warm and soft. In the evening, I went to the hotel rooftop. Soft lights everywhere, the sky orange and pink, the ocean quiet below. Hi, Arya. A lion. Again. Are you following me? I asked. No. Same flight, same seat, same destination, same hotel. He smiled. I think the universe is not on your side. Or yours, I said. He laughed. A quiet, easy laugh. Do you want to have dinner together tonight? I am not falling for that. I can take care of myself. Okay, your choice. See ya. And he walked away.
That evening at dinner, I opened the menu. Everything was Maldivian. Fish curry, tuna dishes, coconut rice. I had never eaten these before. I tried one dish. I put my fork down. I did not like it. "Excuse me, do you have a cheeseburger?" I asked the waiter. "I am sorry, miss, we don't have that here." A quiet laugh from the next table. Elian, smiling just a little. I looked away. My stomach was very empty. Later that night, I went back to the rooftop. The sky was full of stars. "Hi, Arya." I did not even turn around. "I know it's you." "I just wanted to eat dinner up here," he said simply. He sat down and opened a small bag. Then I smelled it. A cheeseburger. Warm, fresh, perfect. My stomach made a sound, a loud, embarrassing sound. He said quietly, "If you want, we can share, but only if you want to." I was very, very hungry. "Thank you," I said. "I want that." We sat together. We ate slowly. The stars were bright above us. "Can I know something about you?" I asked. "Sure," he said. "Why are you traveling alone?" He was quiet for a moment. I needed to think. My life has been very loud lately. I wanted somewhere quiet. I nodded. "I understand that." "What about you?" he asked. "I just wanted an adventure," I said. "I spend too much time inside the library, inside my apartment, inside my own head." "The New York Public Library?" he asked. I looked at him surprised. "How did you know?" He shrugged. "You just look like someone who loves that library." I laughed. "I do. It is so big and so quiet. I go there for hours. Sometimes I forget to eat." "Like tonight?" he said, glancing at the cheeseburger. "Don't," I said, but I was smiling. He smiled too. "You really love books," he said. "Always," I said. That night felt very special. After that, Ilian and I spent every day together. Breakfast, beach walks, sunsets, so much laughing, so much talking. One morning, we were walking along the beach, shoes in our hands, the water touching our feet. "Ilian," I said, "do you believe some people are just meant to meet?" He thought about it. "I believe that sometimes the universe hides people in the exact place you least expect them." "Like a bookshop at an airport?" "Like a bookshop at an airport," he agreed. I looked at the water. "When I go back to New York," I started. "Don't," he said quietly. "Don't talk about going back yet. We still have 2 days." I smiled and looked down at the sand. "Okay," I said, 2 days. He looked at me. "Arya?" "Yes?" "You left the book on the shelf again, didn't you?" I looked at my bag. The book was not there. I had left it at breakfast. He was already laughing. I covered my face. And then I was laughing too. Then one afternoon, we were sitting near the water. My phone rang. A hospital in New York. I stopped breathing. My face went white. My hands started shaking. My phone slipped from my hand. Elian caught it. "Aria, what's wrong?" "My mama," I whispered. "She's in the hospital in New York." "Aria!" "I have to go, right now. I am so sorry, Elian. I am so sorry." I ran to the hotel. I packed my bag in minutes. I got on the next flight to New York. I did not have time to say goodbye. 1 month later, Mama was okay. She was home, she was smiling and telling me to eat more. I was so relieved. But every day I thought about Elian. His calm voice, his quiet smile, the cheeseburger under the stars, the way he laughed when I left the book behind. I did not have his number. He was just gone. Then one morning, my phone rang. "This is the New York Public Library. You borrowed a book 1 month ago and have not returned it yet." "Oh, I am so sorry. I will bring it today." I found the book on my shelf. I walked to the library and returned it at the front desk. I turned to leave. My phone rang. Mama. "Aria, where are you?" "I am at the library, Mama. Don't worry. I am not a little kid. You know how old I am, right?" Then a voice. Quiet. Familiar. "Still 23? 1 more month and you'll be 24, right, Miss Aria?" I froze. I turned around slowly. Elian, standing in the New York Public Library, smiling at me. My eyes filled with tears. How?" "I came to find you," he said. "I only knew one thing about you, that you love this library. So I came here every day, and today I found you." One tear went down my face. He held something out to me. A book. A romantic story. A beautiful cover. I understood immediately. "This is the book from the airport," I whispered. "I left it in the Maldives. I didn't even remember." "You left it on the breakfast table," he said with a small smile. "I kept it." I laughed, a surprised, teary laugh. He laughed too. "Elian," I said, wiping my eyes, "maybe you were right. Sometimes I am a little careless." "Just a little," he said. Only a little. We laughed louder, and in that quiet library, something changed. Something warm. Something beautiful. Something with no name yet, but it was there. After that day, we were always together. We walked together, we ate together, we read books side by side in that same library I have always loved. Maybe we were friends, or maybe something more than friends, the most beautiful kind of something, the kind the world calls love. I lost my passport that day at the airport, but I found something much more valuable. I found Elian.